Hi, I am Neeraj Kumar. I am presenting a artificial intelligence based control mapper which I have created using generative AI technologies. It is a tool which uses semantic analysis to map controls across various standards, for example, ISO 27001, CSA STAR, CIS. This can help audit teams save cost during their audit process. I'll give a demonstration to explain how the cost can be saved. So I have uploaded two files. One contains CIS control and the other one contains ISO controls. And now I'm asking the tool to run. So the tool is running, and meanwhile I'll show you the files I have uploaded. So first I uploaded a list of CIS controls. As we can see, these are the CIS controls, which are 154 in number. And then we can see we have a couple of ISO controls, uh, ISO 27001 to be precise. And these are around 93 controls. So what happens in a corporate setting? Audit teams have to conduct all these various types of audits: ISO 27001, ISO 42001, ISMAP, Japan, or for that matter, CIS, and all this takes a lot of cost because you have to pay auditors. Now, if audit teams can map controls across these standards, then a single audit can fulfill multiple controls across standards, which means the audit can be completed in less amount of time, and the external auditors can also charge less money. Currently, this mapping process is being done by domain experts, but then domain experts are expensive. It takes time, maybe a week to map such type of controls. And that's what we'll see, that this tool will be able to do the same matching process in less than 5 minutes at a cost of less than INR 1, less than 1 rupee. So the progress we can see, out of 158, 142 matching has been done. And so as soon as 158 matching has been completed, mapping will be downloaded. So yeah, the process is completed. Let us now use the controls. So this is the file which was downloaded. Let me show how this looks. So in column A, we see all the controls related to CIS. In column B, we see all the controls related to ISO. And normally, manually, how will we map the controls? If we have to map ISO CIS controls, then we'll pick one CIS control, for example, this one, DHCP, and then we will use to map the same controls across all these 93 rows. Very time consuming process. And more than that, the two controls may use different words, right? One may be using malware, other may be using antivirus, which are very similar to meaning. But then it's a very resource intensive process. But the mapping, as we see the mapping, uh, for example, but that process has been automated here. And let us check the mapping. So I'll select the matches one just to show how it works. And you see 10.7 controls in CIS is related to anti-malware software, and 8.7 is related to malware. Very similar, right? Again, let us pick another one. Something. Yeah. The control 15.4. It is related to security requirement, incident management, data breach notification, disposal. Whereas the control 5.19, that is also related to information security risk, relationship management. Uh, Then 16.8 in CIS, you see it is related to separate environment, production, non-production environment. And the control 8.31 is related in ISO, that is also related to separate environment. So you see the words were not exactly same. One was technical control, another was application level control, but still it was able to map, right? Now let us see at some differences which the model identified. Differences means something which one control had but other control didn't have. For example, uh, control 3.9 in CIS talks about encrypted data on removable media, whereas our similarity score was highly negative by the tool and it was identified as a gap. And the best matching control which we found in ISO was related to off-site assets, right? Of course, off-site asset protect you uh, from data theft, but that is not same as encryption. Does it mean that we don't have any control about encryption in ISO 27001? Let us check it out. So I'll directly go and open ISO controls and I'll do, there is no control in ISO 27001 about encryption. There is a control about cryptography, of course, but nothing directly related to uh, encryption encryption of removable media. So that is the reason it was identified as a uh, difference. So that's how we see the mapping can be done in a fast manner. Of course, the accuracy cannot be as fast as a human being. The accuracy cannot be as strong as a human being. But when you team this solution with a human being, then things can change drastically. What 3 or 4 experts can do in 1 week can be done by one expert. Of course, you need the expert. Machines are not perfect. So one expert can do the same work in maybe one day, what 2 or 3 expert can do in 2 or 3 days, which means lot of cost can be saved. So that was the demo. Thanks. Have a nice day.